Richmond TV presents This Week in Richmond.
Hello and welcome to This Week in Richmond for September 21st through October 4th. In this episode, we will be joined by Richmond Area Historical and Genealogical Society President Dianne Gibson to talk about the 7th Annual Living History Cemetery Walk. First up is the Roosevelt Civic Auditorium Report. Intro to Pickleball Parts 1 and 2 will be on Saturday, September 21st, with Intro 1 starting at 8 a.m. and Intro 2 starting at 10 a.m. This class is intended for players that have never played before but want to learn. Cost is $10. The Chunky Blanket class will be held Saturday, September 21st from 12:30 p.m. to 4 p.m. In this workshop, you will learn a step-by-step process to create one-of-a-kind blanket. These blankets require no needles or knitting experience. This is an advanced project and intended for guests ages 15 and up. Cost for the class is $85, and the cost includes 5 skeins of yarn, which will make 40 inches by 50-inch blanket. Your choice of color must be chosen at registration. Stroller Mommy and Me Fall Class is a 60-minute class with a unique combination of strength, cardio, and core work. Baby is entertained while you get an effective workout, leaving you stronger and more energized to tackle the day. As moms, you pour into your families so much. Come and get an hour to pour into yourself and make new friends in the community. Meet at the Gazebo in Beebe Street Park and will be held on every Tuesday until October 15th and is $50 per person. Come on into the Odd for Teen Open Gym on Mondays 12 to 3 p.m. It is $3 per person and parking is behind the building. There will be Morning Pickleball League on Tuesdays in the morning from 9 a.m. to noon and in the evenings from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. This will be round-robin league play, 3 games per week, and partners change each day. Cost is $40 for residents, $43 for non-residents. Adult Open Gym is back by popular demand on the second and fourth Friday of every month, starting at 6 p.m. and going until 9 p.m. Cost is $4 per person. Sip and Shop will be on Saturday, September 28th from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. at the Odd. School is back in session and now the mothers have time to treat themselves. You provide the sip, we'll supply the shop. Cash and carry items will be available for purchase from Color Street, Nibbles Bakery, Permanent Jewelry, and so much more. Pre-registration is required. Please call 586-727-3064. Cost is $10 per person. And now are the events for the Logus Wagner Memorial Library. Senior exercise will be on September 23rd, 25th, 30th, and October 2nd from 10 a.m. until 11 a.m. This is an independent activity with an instructor to help guide it. Lap Sit Plus for children ages 6 to 36 months will be happening on September 24th and October 1st starting at 10 a.m. This event will be held in the Lois Wagner Memorial Library meeting room. Hooks and Needles will be on September 24th from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Bring a project or start a new one. This program will meet at the Lois Wagner Memorial Library meeting room. Preschool story time for ages 3 to 5 years old will be happening on September 26th and October 3rd at 10 a.m. This event will also be in the Lois Wagner Memorial Library meeting room. The library will be having their puzzle sale on September 28th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. in the Lois Wagner Memorial Library meeting room. Puzzle donations will be accepted at the library during normal hours of operation. This event is sponsored by the Friends of the Lois Wagner Memorial Library. Senior helpers will be leading a class on dementia and Alzheimer's at the library. The event will be on October 3rd in the meeting room. The event goes from 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. and pre-registration is not required. Now is the city meeting schedule. TIFA will be meeting on September 25th at 7 p.m. at City Hall. The Recreation Board will be meeting for their park walkthrough on October 1st at 6 p.m. The Richmond Area Historical and Genealogical Society will be having their 7th Annual Living History Cemetery Walk at the City of Richmond Cemetery just north of 33 Mile Road. This event starts at 1 p.m. and is running every 30 minutes until 3 p.m. You can get tickets by going to the Historical Village on Thursdays between 9 a.m. to noon or call 586-808-2682 2953. The Richmond Artisan and Farmers Market is in its last 2 weeks, so make sure you visit before it's over. The last 2 dates will be on September 26th and October 3rd from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. Farmers Market is located at the municipal parking lot by Maniaci's Banquet Hall. We will be right back to talk with Dianne Gibson about the Richmond Area Historical and Genealogical Society's 7th Annual Living History Cemetery Walk. Stay tuned. Hello and welcome back to This Week in Richmond. I'm now joined with Dianne Gibson, from President of the Richmond Area Historical and Genealogical Society, to talk about the 7th Annual Living History Cemetery Walk. How you doing today?
Pretty good. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having us.
Not a problem. So what is the Living History Cemetery Walk?
The Living History Cemetery Walk is an opportunity to present a little bit about the contributions that people in the community have made. It is not intended to be a Halloween type event. We are often asked, why don't we do it in late October or whatever? It is not intended to be a replica for Halloween or anything. It is intended to honor those people who have contributed to the community.
Okay. For anyone who hasn't been to this event, how does it work?
Well, basically what we do is we have 4 setups, if you will, that involve actually 5 different people. And we start out every half hour on having a group of approximately 13 to 15 go around to each group, and the person who, or persons, who are portraying the people that we have chosen then tell a little bit about their history. Many of them use first person. Some do not. It just depends on the individual and how they're presenting. These are volunteers. Some of them have acting experience and some do not.
Okay.
So there is a variety of how they may present themselves. And
now, do you know how they choose which historical figures they do?
that's a good question. First of all, it needs to be somebody buried in Richmond Cemetery. We like to be able to go to the gravesite.
Yeah.
So that is a factor. The second factor is which people we might have information on, we might have interesting stories about, and or which people have family members that may be willing to portray them. That has been in the last 2 walks, I believe it is, that we have had relatives of the people that were presenting, and people really like that. And it does add something extra to it.
Definitely some authenticity to it.
Right. So these people are volunteers. A few will come to us. Some get their arms twisted a bit. But basically that's how we do it. And we do have people who return each year, which is helpful.
Right. Now, who will be performing as the historical figures this year?
Well, we will have Dr. and Mrs. McClellan representing Edwin Denton and his wife. Dr. McClellan has presented before. He is a veteran of the community theater. Then Homer Evans will be, the Evans family will be portrayed by Jeff Evans, who is the grandson of Homer Evans. The Hurt family is portrayed by Stanley Hurt, who is celebrating his 91st birthday on Saturday. Very sharp, very interesting. The John Pound story told by Marie Razy, and the story of Race with Gables is going to be told by Mary Ellen Shepherd Logan.
Okay. So how much are tickets to this event?
The tickets are $15 each.
And how are you able to purchase tickets?
You can do it a couple of ways through our website. The Richmond, I got to think about this one. Richmond Area Historical and Genealogical Society. We have a PayPal payment system set up. Or you can purchase them from us on Thursday at our work bee. We're there from 9 to 12. Or contact myself at 586-727-7755 or Mary Ellen Shepherd Logan. Probably right at this point it's easier to contact me because Mary Ellen is currently out of town.
Okay. Now, are there any other RAHGS events that are lined up for the rest of the year?
Yes, actually. There will be a program in November. I believe it's on November 8th. That's a Friday. It will be the gentleman Matthew Daly who presented last year, and he did a thing on the boats on the rivers of Michigan. He has a very varied background. The program, the title of it is yet to be determined.
Okay.
In December, we are, as always, participating with the city of Richmond when they bring Santa Claus to town. We have the village open. And I don't know how far are we going this year or
Just
the next year?
end of the year, because I'm probably going to bring you guys back on at some point between between now and then.
Okay, well, can I put in a little plug though?
Go for it.
Okay, our tea is March 29th. It is the 11th annual tea, and we will start selling tickets for it probably in the beginning of November.
Yeah.
So that's still kind of part of this year in terms of...
Right, and I know those sell out pretty fast too.
Yes, they do.
So.
They do.
All right, is there anything else that you'd like to add?
We appreciate the assistance of the city of Richmond with this. They're wonderful in terms of letting us do this. And the city of Richmond Cemetery does provide an ideal situation because there is room for parking. There is the chapel, and we can move around the cemetery and continue to be respectful to the people who are buried there. So a big thank you to them and to you too for helping us publicize this.
Not a problem. It's what I'm here for. Well, thank you, Diane, for joining us today.
Thank you.
And so you can visit richmondhistorical society.org to look up future events, figure out how if you want to join this historical society, or if you want to purchase tickets. You can also go to their Facebook page at Richmond Area Historical and Genealogical Society. Just look them up and follow and like. So thank you for joining us. Have a great day.